My name is Dr. Monday Ojiamie. I'm a private practitioner. I've been in practice since 1987 after my graduation. Incidentally, I've been very much into the livestock health sector, and that we have tried to keep up with up till now. Well, let me say on paper, there appear to be very fantastic regulations that are there. You know, we have all the knowledge that needs to be applied. But the question is, are they being applied? How practicable are they? There are different segments of the society that are involved in the livestock industry, talking about the rearers, talking about the health caregivers, talking about some other workers at different levels, say at the abattoir or what have you. And in fact, even the state of the equipment, the state of the structures that are used for the purpose of the production of wholesome meat. Permit me to say, at every level of the line of production, whether rearing, the herd, whatever, there are standards. Unless they are strictly adhered to, somewhere along the chain, once it's broken, compromised, you cannot guarantee having a wholesome meat for the eventual consumers. And that is very, very worrisome. We also have situations whereby people on their own, untrained people, picking up substances that they think they need for the purpose of caring for the health or restoring the health of their animals. That is very sad. That is not acceptable. What do I mean by that? We have markets, open markets, where drugs are sold without control, where drugs are sold. And people just go, the seller himself does not have knowledge about the effectiveness of the drugs, whatever diseases that the drugs needed to be applied for. The buyer himself is not even aware of the exact disease that he wishes treated, but all that he is interested in is just to make sure that he pick up whatever some other uninformed person advises him to use. We have also found instances where most of the meat that are slaughtered, particularly in the public abattoirs, they are from sick animals. Sick animals and animals that somehow may have been treated over time with whatever, and then they just think they're not responding to treatment, and then off they push it to the market. We have seen instances, whereby people, at the time when inspectors are not there, meat inspectors are not there, that is the time they will drag in their sick animals. We've also seen situations where animals are slaughtered in the bush and they just simply bring the meat, to the uninformed public. There are so many concerns that has to be there. But I think that the government itself should take up some level of responsibility when it comes to the quality of meat that the citizens need to be fed on. Let us not forget, it's from what we eat that we determine the level of our health status. And to that extent, nothing should be compromised. There was this statement I made in one of the radio interviews I granted a few years back. I never knew that it was a powerful statement. All I said was that know the source of what you eat. When I made that statement, it was among other statements, but the interviewer picked it up and repeated it again up to 2-3 times, and then it sank into me. Of course, by then, we had already gotten engaged in producing we've gotten involved in the production. Not just in production, we get to the level of rearing. We just simply took a component of the livestock. Of course, you know the livestock is a wide one. So we have been involved very much into poultry, and then we took it upon ourselves to raise these birds from day old, right through, taking stringent measures as far as biosecurity is concerned, and then being involved deliberately with the responsible use of antimicrobials. At the end of it all, when we prepare the chicken, we know that we are preparing a real wholesome chicken for people to eat. And in fact, I have on the label the slogan, know the source of what you eat. Then to the general public, it's not too much for them to go ahead, whatever they are going to put into their mouth, let them be sure that they have a good knowledge of the source of what they eat. There is also what is called traceability. Traceability. Whatever you eat, knowing the source requires that you should be able to trace to the origin of that substance that you have taken. I also want to appreciate some of the regulations that are there, or bodies, let's say, for example, the NAFDAC, that regulates and then certify products that are. Maybe as they do that, let them go a step further to actually check the composition of whatever is, certified. Like, yes, they ask for the facility, very nice. But you also agree with me that in any production, the quality of what you get at the end of the day is actually determined by what you started with. Let me say it was a humble project. And it's humble because we took the pain in view of what's happening all around. I said to myself, how can I be a veterinary surgeon? And the protein that I eat, I cannot determine its quality. And that is how it started. So we raised it, and for 3 years, we started the registration process, I think sometime in July 2020, and we went through. There were visitations that were made, there were assessments that were made at different times. The chicken, we call it Almond whole frozen chicken. Almond whole frozen chicken. We make sure that it is whole. We don't disintegrate the parts. Once it's prepared, it comes as whole chicken, removing the visceral, removing no preservative at all. Once it's done, we send to the freezer. Once it's done, they are freezed. And that's how it is. Because even the preservatives, for those who, we don't use preservative, for those who may even want to choose to use preservative, we also need to be careful. You have to find out the extent to which is actually preservative enough. So this is the thing. And for now, we got the approval just towards the first week of July 2023. So yes, we are producing, but I cannot guarantee that it could be nationwide. You can reach me directly. I'm both on WhatsApp and a regular call, 080-330-26534.